Evening, Websters or web surfers, whatever I should call you today. Um, this is the another one of spirituality. I'm gonna try finish off. It's been 4 days on this, and I think it's enough. If I think of something else tomorrow, then I'll finish off then. But yeah, I said that I'll discuss my own opinions and my own thoughts on that subject. I like to start with um, the idea of connecting of each other, connections of each other. In the physical world, everybody seems really disconnected. Um, Everyone seems kind of their own little islands and stuff like that. So you kind of talk to a person from yourself to them. Um, and the opposite being spiritual world, very much connected, very much so. In the universal, I'm going to try to keep my hands away. I've noticed that my hands are quite high, always. Um, in the spiritual world, people are connected in every single way, I think. In fact, we are connected, therefore. You can't say that in the spiritual world because spiritual world is here and it's happening and it's involved. So um, I won't split the two or try not to split the two anymore. Um, but if you get in touch more with spiritual side of things, that get deeper into it, um, you'll realize that we are connected a lot more. Call it energy, call it um, connections, call it understanding or higher power or um, whatever you want. Um, but yeah, one of the differences is individual. If you flesh, it's all your own struggle, your own things, your own thinking, your own mind. But in the spiritual side, it's one mind, one consciousness is the phrase, one consciousness, um, which is great because then you can tap into a lot more knowledge. If you can tap into um, people that have passed away, maybe, or people that have learnt, like lawyers and doctors and stuff. If they're learning something, or if you have an understanding, then you can share the idea or concept. And to get your mind around the concept, it's more like if you've seen Avatar, she talks about the cognitive works of the trees, that they are connected. Um, and I'm not saying you're a tree, but that road link, that connection, where they're speaking, and you can actually, um, Jake Sully goes and connects his back of his hair to the thing, and can hear the words and talk conversations and get knowledge from them. Um, and that concept is very, very similar to that. Um, I One question that I would like to answer is if it is it tangible? Is it, can you feel it? Um, and yes is the short of it. Uh, I've walked into a church. I have a very I remember this like it was yesterday. It's an old church, Hereford Christian Church, um, and it's a big, big building. And that particular weekend that I walked in on one of the days, Saturday or Sunday or whatever, they're having a big conference, um, and I walked in, and the atmosphere changed. It wasn't cold or anything like that, but um, I could feel that I was struggling to walk through what can only be described as a spiritual being, event, or happening. Um, and it was real. It was thicker. The thing, and I could actually feel it on my legs where it stopped. At the time, there wasn't something happening right then, and I could just sense that it was just hovering on the ground, this whole atmosphere, and could really easily be picked up. Trying to get my hands away, and easily get picked up um, off, and continued whatever was happening the night before or whatever. Um, and so I felt it, and many more cases out there that you can feel it. And for a person that hasn't got the Christian background or a certain religious background, um, per se, uh, the same way I think if you feel a chill or one of those little concepts in your mind, or I've mentioned before this week, that you just feel hesitant or wondering if something's going to happen, things happen, or um, that moment where you know that you thought of something or something popped in your mind and it wasn't you, you weren't thinking about that. Um, that I believe is a spiritual thing as well. Um, Call it what you will. Um, I want to put it onto that. I want to give recognition where I believe it is. Um, yeah, miracles I talked about previously. Um, in a Christian world, miracles happen. You pray and you believe, and there's a miracle. Um, in a different state, if you're not from that way, you can say you ask the universe and it responds. Um, the secret is one that taps into that quite a lot. Um, you kind of send it out there, send your belief or send your question or whatever, and it comes back to you in different ways and shapes and forms. Um, uh, I've seen weather stop and things that I wanted to happen, whether it was because I asked and it happened, or whether because it many people wanted something to happen or whatever. Um, the spiritual realm you can tap into and change and use it for your own benefit in this way. And so you should feel more powerful with this type of knowledge or being able to do it. Um, it's a tool that the common person, whatever, doesn't use or doesn't use to the full extent, and it's there to be used. And there's many different laws, um, and one of them is, or many different things that are there are solid and people don't understand or use and just don't care about, and therefore it happens without one knowing. Um, so yeah, um, that's I'll stop there on that one. If you do have more questions about that, or if you don't think I've covered something, or if you know of an idea or concept and want to ask me a specific one that I give my opinion about, I'm more than willing. Comment below in YouTube, preferably. Those who comment in Facebook, thank you very much for them. I do read them, obviously, but if you can comment on the YouTube link, it'll be great. If you like my conversations and stuff like that, like, thumbs up, because people ask it on YouTube, so thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to hear it, get it every time it comes in. Thank you, and enjoy your time further.